Hi everyone! Welcome to the live stream.
Welcome back. This is John and Lori in the house, reunited again.
I know it's been a whole week since I've talked to you,
I
Lori.
know. I know. Don't go breaking my heart.
I have cried every day at least 4 times.
It's been a little sad.
It
I've only had
has.
one John in my life. I've only had husband John in my life this week.
Just saying, Lori. John's a good name.
Oh, we know like a zillion Johns. There's like husband John, work John, composer John, Uncle John. There's Godfather John. It's like unbelievable.
Just saying, it's a good name. I would recommend it.
Oh,
Well, hello everyone. If you're here, please say hello so Lori and I can talk with you, and then we'll get started here in a minute or two. We have a
yeah,
couple of
just talk.
exciting announcements as well.
Ooh, ooh, we have a handful of people watching now. They just have to say hello and comment in.
I promise Lori does not bite.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Katie!
Oh,
Hi,
Katie. Okay,
Katie.
she's by Katie. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Katie. Yeah, Katie. Sorry.
Okay.
Katie is here.
Oh, Sebastian's in the house. Whoop, whoop.
Sebastian is back. Hi, Sebastian.
Guess who's back, back, back? Sebastian's back, back, back. Yes, he's back.
We
Yes,
won't make
he's back.
Sebastian hear the story about Sebastian the Fox again. We won't do that to him again. We won't do that again. Uh, well, since we have a couple people here, we'll get started with a couple of basic announcements. Valerie!
Oh, Valerie, hey.
So we'll get started with a couple basic announcements. I have some things to say. Lori has some things to say, and Lori and I also have an interview coming out tomorrow, probably sometime. So we'll talk about that in a
Yes.
minute.
Okay.
First, Katie Strock, who's in the chat, will be joining me as Lori's substitute on Tuesday. So that stream will
Awesome,
be
Katie.
at 8 o'clock. Valerie, who is in the chat, will be joining me for my how to use Sibelius series that we started last Wednesday. That'll be every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and then Lori will be back with me here at 9:15 on Thursday for continuing to compose.
Awesome. Look at you, John. You're like a YouTube phenomenon.
With all 105 subscribers.
I
Don't get
don't
me
even know
wrong,
what
I
that means.
I appreciate all 105 of you.
Maybe you'll get to 106 by the end of the night.
I'm just saying, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a fantastic opportunity to hit that red subscribe button. I tried to teach Lori how to do it, but Lori was like, "No, I'm not doing it."
I'm like, I don't need another thing in my life.
Gee, thanks, Lori.
Maybe if the subscribe button was pink. I don't know.
So to transition into our next point of topic, um, I'm going to talk. Lori and I have a podcast coming out with Excelsior Music Publishing tomorrow, and by coming out tomorrow, I mean we're going to record it tomorrow. So uh, Larry Clark has been doing a really good job of posting them like within a couple hours after the recording is done. So I'm sure that we're recording it at 3:15. I think that probably by 5 or 6 o'clock, you guys will all see it.
And I had the opportunity to interview Valerie Laney Rowe, who's here right now. And so if you get a chance to look on the Excelsior website, you could see her interview. And it was just phenomenal to talk to her and hear her journey into becoming a composer. So, Valerie, it's so great to see you again.
And Valerie and I have been having fun on our Wednesday Sibelius lessons. So if any of you use
Cool.
Sibelius and would like to learn about that, come check out our conversation. The first one is live. Those we're doing a little differently. The point of those is for you guys to ask me questions. Like I don't compose or anything. I basically just wait for someone to ask me a question of how to do something in Sibelius, and then I demonstrate how to do it. So that is a completely different format than this. This is more action packed, if you will. Lori, did you want to tell them the other thing?
Sure. So I got some very exciting news on Tuesday afternoon that a session that I submitted for the Midwest Clinic was accepted. And so it was the session actually that John got to hear in Ohio this year. It's called Stronger Together: Create, Connect, and Collaborate with Administrators. And it will be with my former principal, my administrator, who we've worked together for almost, I guess, 2 decades, almost, something like that. So that's pretty exciting.
I'm super excited to hear it again. So it's going to be, I mean, that's a huge honor too, being able to present at Midwest.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens given life these days. I'm hoping if perchance it doesn't happen, that they would reinvite everyone this this year for the 2021. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping it doesn't get canceled, but who knows at this point. I'm excited this year. This is the first year I know about probably about 5 or 6 people presenting at Midwest this year. I'm so excited and humbled.
I was excited to see how many people, like new acquaintances, new friends, colleagues that posted on Facebook. I haven't put anything up yet. I guess I will. A couple people were like, put it up, but I hadn't even spoken to my co-presenter yet. And so we just spoke today and decided that yes, we would be accepting, and we'll see what happens as the year unravels.
Well, this clap is for you, Lori. This is for you.
Thanks.
Lori has inspired me. I'm going to start working on a presentation for OMEA first, and then hopefully Midwest in a couple years, maybe.
Cool.
So Lori has inspired me.
I can tell you how many times that I was denied and rejected, so I'm very, very excited.
Well, let me tell you, I haven't even tried yet. So you've done more than me, Lori.
Well, let's get composing,
yes.
John. Let's jump in.
See, this is why Lori is here. All right. So let's start at measure 37. We didn't really do anything. We did a little bit here, Lori. We'll start at the fast section. Measure 19. Actually, you know what? I want to start at the beginning because I have heard some of you guys do reach out to me when I am not actually here on the live stream. I do get Facebook messages and even on rare occasion the occasional email about these live streams. And it was brought to my attention that this introduction could use a little bit more to it. So I don't know if that's something we'll do today, but let's give it a listen. Let's see how we feel about it. But that being said, I think that this introduction still needs some work to be done. And then we'll see when we get to the end where we feel. I don't really have an agenda today of what I want to get done. So we'll see what you guys say, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. So, how do we feel about that?
Those that are here, go ahead and comment.
I did have a few things back in the beginning that I wanted to definitely check out.
Well, go ahead. Why don't you start with that, John?
Okay, let's do that. Let's start back at the beginning. Oh, Lori, we may have another problem. Is I don't know if the live stream is streaming. Can everyone hear Lori and I? Can everyone hear Lori and I? I can't tell. The stream is frozen on my end.
Yeah, it's frozen on mine as well.
Oh, it looks like it's moving now.
Oh, mine's not. Let me check.
You may
refresh
need to hit
it.
refresh.
Okay, there we go. You're right above the time signature now?
Yeah,
there we go.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube sent me this message on like the streaming thing. It says it said error and something about, I think it was because we were sitting on that one screen for so long that it thought that it was locked up or that we weren't really here. So now that we've started moving around, it looks like it's going good. Good, cool. All right. So my idea here, and I think that it's here in this low brass, low woodwind part, goes along because we have this kind of triplet idea at the beginning. Maybe trying to come up with some sort of triplet thing here to kind of break up these rhythms.
Yeah, looking at the comments now, John, Katie's suggesting that the intro could definitely use more, in her opinion. Valerie likes the dark chords in the beginning, so maybe we keep those dark chords, but then right after that, maybe we add something, a little bit more movement.
Now, see, with this, I don't necessarily want to. I don't want to make this longer, if that makes sense. This is it is only ever going to be 18 measures.
Got it. Yeah.
We're not adding to it. We're at this point just kind of fine tuning it, if you will.
Sure.
All right, let's listen to this here and see what we did with this. See this, I think that I like that. But I think that needs a tie there. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I definitely think this is it. And then we need some movement here. I think we could use the oboes and the flutes here. Oops. Don't mind me as I hit, once again, kind of a theme in these is I hit every button other than the right one.
And there are definitely more people watching than have commented. So if you're here and haven't said hello, just HELLO. Just let us know you're here.
Even if you want to say hi to just Lori and not me, I will understand.
Oh,
I will cry, but I'll understand.
Ooh, who's this? Sousa Master 6 in disguise.
That's a friend of mine. His name is Doug. Hi, Doug.
Hello. Oh, hi, Peter. Peter just said hello to me.
Peter! Oh, so you say hi to Lori, Peter, but you don't say hi to me. Okay. I see how it is. I see.
So, John, Katie has a suggestion here. It would be fun to trade the triplets from the low brass to the oboes. And Valerie has a suggestion. What if the flutes and oboes did some eighth note patterns going into 10?
If the flutes and oboes. I kind of want them to do something not like this. I don't really want it to be too much. The triplet thing I think I can make work. Oopsie.
Katie said to make it spicy, John.
Let's see. I think actually that triplet idea is going to do exactly what I wanted it to do. end start on C and end on C like this. I think that's going to be perfect. Now, this is going to present a problem here in the oboes because we don't want that low C. So, how are we going to fix that? We're going to do that. All right, let's listen to this and let's see how we feel about this. And then we want this to decrescendo down to pianissimo. Let's see how we feel about this. I do kind of like that A natural, but it does conflict down here with the B flat. So we're going to leave that as A flat. We could do this, though. I think that this will... I don't know if this is going to be the solution or not. No, that's not the solution. I think it needs to start on that C. But I like Peter's idea of the low atmospheric trills. Now, where we're going to add those, Peter, is going to be another question. Because unfortunately at this point, just about every... Well, so Lori, I remember we talked about this in one of the very first streams.
Was I right?
No. No. Well, so by the way, just so you all know, Lori is always right. That is not up for debate.
Only on Thursdays between 9:15 and 10 p.m.
Your husband would probably like that to be clarified and in writing. I think that what we're going to do here is we are going to do this. Let's see. What we're going to do here is, so you see the dynamics of everyone else goes pianissimo to mezzo forte and back down. So what we're going to do is do the opposite. The opposite here with these guys. And they're going to create... Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. Well, while you're doing this, I just wanted to let you know that it's like opposite worlds in my house tonight. So I'm in the basement doing this compositional process with you, John, and all of our wonderful music friends. And my husband's upstairs watching the NFL draft, although I don't even know how they're doing the NFL draft this year. But so we've got athletics and sports upstairs and music composition down here.
You should be watching the live stream. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Let's see.
I chose not to say Valerie's comment since she was making fun of the alto saxophones.
Well, Valerie's a clarinet player, so I think kind of in a way she gets to. All right. Let's see how we feel about this. This needs to be A natural. And it also needs to come down here to the altos. So Valerie, what's the before I lower that down to humane range? Any tricks for that? Oof. I don't even want to think about that. All right. Here we go. You like these trills here, Peter? we okay with these trills? I actually really like this. I'm okay with this. I'm definitely okay with that. I do want to do this. I'm gonna give this to the berry sacks, mostly out of pity, because they haven't played at this point. And I'm gonna do my.
A lot of saxophone stuff talk today. A lot of
I
sax
know.
talk.
Lori did give me a requirement that when she signed up for this, she said, "John, there must be frequent saxophone talk." And I said, "Why would I do that to my subscribers?" All right. So then I think here we need to add something. Continuing on. So let's listen to this one more time now that I went and added all those extra voices. We need to do something here in the altos, the flutes, and the oboe.
Yes, I am a sax player. Don't hold it against me.
I do every day, Lori. So here we're going to do...
So those of you that are new to the stream, just to let you know, on Thursdays we run from 9:15 to 10 o'clock. I am the task master, and I make sure that John stops on time. So we've got about 20 minutes left in our session.
Lori, they don't know how true that is.
Yes.
They don't know.
Time is precious. So Peter's saying you could move the oboe to the 5th on the trill, maybe to be darker. Let's see.
We can also then do this. Let's give this a listen. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that.
I was listening to some podcasting tips, and they were mentioning that you should always continue to reintroduce everybody. So those of you that are just tuning in, you are listening to the phenomenal composer, John Pasternak, as he is composing live on stream. I'm Lori Schwartz-Reichel, moderating this session, so please comment as much as possible so I have things to say.
Oh, Lori, you're so funny.
So we've got a lot going on in the comments. Let's see. Katie says, shouldn't the upper divisi on the alto be an E? What measure? Let's
see. She's talking about these trills we just did. So you are correct. You are correct. Oh, now see, next week when Katie is here, we're going to have to make a rule that Katie is always right. Oh, no.
Yes.
What have I done? What have I done? All right, let's listen to this. Yeah, I like that. No, that I don't like. But that needs to be... like that. All right, let's listen to that. I think this is the winner here. I think this is definitely good. All right, let's listen to this. I keep making all sorts of mistakes. All right, here we go. like that, but we need to change it a little bit. Oh, come on. There we go. And then we need to do that. And then we need to decrescendo in this measure. And then here we will do the decrescendo like that. Oopsie, I almost forgot the slurs. How many of you were shouting at me? John, don't forget the slurs.
I was listening to my husband shouting something upstairs about the draft.
Ruh-roh. Oh, how many of you were shouting at me that I had crescendo to pianissimo? Oops.
Oops. Oops is right.
Yeah, I bet a middle schooler would have saw that and said, "What is this guy doing?" And I would have said, "Stuff. Important stuff."
Valerie says, you should find somewhere to add a lion's roar since everyone watched Tiger King during the pandemic. I refuse to watch that show. I'm just, because everybody is, I'm not. Did you watch it, John?
Oh, no. I don't watch much TV. I will tell you my kind of latest thing. I bought all the Star Trek series, and I'm watching them in chronological order, not necessarily the order of which they came out. I'm watching them in the order in which they are historically. So I started with Star Trek Enterprise, and now I'm watching The Next Generation because I skipped the original series, but shh. And so I'm watching The Next Generation, then I'll watch Deep Space Nine, then Voyager, and then I'll start watching the movies.
I had such a crush on Captain Kirk growing up. In his it was like what, a lime green? That was his color, right?
Yeah, he wore that lime green because that was the captain's color back in
the day. Oh, Susan Master, you have a very smart wife. She won't let you watch it.
I don't know Doug's wife. I don't think I've ever met her.
So, John, I had a couple questions for you.
Oh. I'm listening, Lauren.
So, when you, as a composer, do you think about, okay, I'm going to do a grade 3 piece. Here's some thoughts that I have. Do you ever start thinking about, wow, this will probably be around X, Y, and Z measures, or, that sort of thing? Does that ever cross your mind, or are you just writing and then it gets to that point, oh, geez, we have this many measures as we end?
More of what you said there toward the end. I mean, based on the difficulty level, you would never give a 10-minute long piece to a 0.5. I think it was in your interview, Lori. You guys were talking about that, about when you interviewed the editors.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to keep in mind that you don't want to. You want to keep in mind that the kids, especially that young, probably couldn't handle playing that much, that long, for one time. They need a bit of a chop break. So, as the easier they are, they tend to be shorter toward the beginning. And then as they get more harder and the difficulty level goes up, they tend to be longer. Now, a grade 3, I kind of use sort of the rule of thumb for a 0.5. It may be around 2 to 3 minutes. A 1 may be 2 to 3 minutes. A 1.5 would also be 2 to 3 minutes. A grade 3 would be probably 3 to 4 minutes. And then a 5 would be anything longer than that. Another thing that I do for me, and this is just a tip I give people when they ask me how long a piece should be, I'll go look at a publisher's website at the grade level, because usually on their YouTube categories they have them by grade level, and they'll say, you can see how long they are for the grade level. So I'll go look and see what their longest one is for that grade level and the shortest one is for that grade level. And if I write, I always try to keep my pieces shorter than the longest and longer than the shortest.
Interesting.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out these two measures. Okay, so we're going to put that on a half note. And I think that'll be... I like this because it doesn't sound like something I would write. This little thing I've done here. This does not sound like something you would find in a piece by me. So I kind of like it. Is everybody okay with that? Does everybody like that? Oh, Doug,
Go ahead and comment.
I remember that, Doug. Does everyone like that part there? Those two measures? Sebastian, you've been quiet today. What do you think about it? Sebastian was like, he's like, I'm just gonna listen today.
Katie and Valerie both like it. So we've got about 10 minutes left, John. Where do you want to go with this?
I think we're gonna finish this introduction.
Oh, Sebastian likes it. Okay, we can move on.
So Sebastian's probably very much like me. When I would go to class in college, I always sat in the back, and I was always like, please don't let the professor call on me. That method usually backfired, because then I usually always got called on. All right, let's listen to this. Oh, does everyone see the mistake I made there? I heard it. Does everyone see the mistake? I'm not going to say it until you all see it. Does everyone see the mistake in measure 11 and 12? I'll give you a minute to catch it.
Oh, it's the dynamic.
Yep. It crescendos to a dynamic that's softer than the original.
Yeah.
And then it decrescendos to a dynamic that's louder than all of them put together. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, I always do this. I copy and paste them because they're usually like in a spot, and to not have to worry about that or moving them again. So what I'll do here is I'll copy and paste these dynamics. So what I did is I hit Alt, Shift, and D. It selects the dynamics. I'm going to hit Alt, Shift, and D. It'll select them. I'll delete them. Hit Paste. Alt, Shift, and D. Delete them. Copy, paste. Or just paste, because I've already copied them. Cool. All right, let's listen to that again. Actually, I think Valerie said something about this a second ago, and I really like that idea. We should do some sort of...
Peter, now decrescendo to a fortissimo.
Peter, are you making fun of me? I'll remember that. I'll remember that when I see you at dinner at Midwest.
Yeah, Peter, when this quarantine is over, I can't wait to meet you.
Peter's fun.
John owes me a lot of food for doing this. So maybe he'll invite all of us to dinner.
All right.
What was that hamburger you got me in Ohio? What was that called?
Oh, that was I don't know if that's a national chain. It's I think it's just in Ohio and Michigan. It's called Bob's Big Boy.
That was delicious. Oh my God. I wish I could have one right now. Oh.
I really like this, but I don't know if we can keep it as it is because I feel like we're going to be rushing into this next idea. It's not going to feel natural. Let's listen to that again.
I'm actually scanning all of your dynamics now, just checking.
I know, because that's like the third mistake. I don't know what's with me and my dynamics tonight. I'm just not paying attention to them. Not on purpose. I'm just not paying attention to them. Yeah, this isn't going to work. This doesn't sound natural.
Couple things coming in here. So Peter says he loves the triplets into the quarters. Valerie says, I don't know why the A natural sounds like it should be an A flat to me. What measure, Valerie?
Yeah, what Valerie? What? Oh, here, this one, this A natural. See, it was an A flat originally, but then I decided to here. I'll play it once with an A flat. I ended up not liking it. I kind of liked it more with the A flat or the A natural. I'm sorry. Oh, this triplet isn't gonna. We're gonna have to delete this triplet, but I have another idea here. Yeah, that triplet's gonna have to go away. I'll play it again for you in a minute. I just heard the first note of it, and I was like, yeah, nope. But to go on what you were saying a minute ago about Bob's Big Boy, you can order the sauce online, and I've been making. Some of you may not know this. I enjoy. I've been refining my cooking skills for a couple of years, and so whenever I make burgers, I always put some Big Boy sauce on them.
Oh. I've been thinking about ordering some pizza from Chicago. I saw a couple friends online who've been doing that. What's it called? Luminates? Is that what that one of them is called? Yeah.
I think this is the solution to this. Because, yeah, I think, and this keeps the triplet idea going on. Yep, that's it. I like that. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. This triplet, which is a shame, because I feel like it needs something going into it, but it's either that or maybe we'll revisit it later. It's just not working. I kind of like the A natural too. Valerie, how did you feel about the A natural versus the A flat here? Let's listen to it one more time with A natural. So, yes. Yes, which one? Here, I'll make it easy for you. So, version A, A natural. Version B, A flat. Which one do you like more?
Yes. Peter, you could use the same 9 triplet to lead into measure 11. Katie says what Peter said. You've got 3 minutes, John.
Oh, I'm on a game show here.
Yeah.
I'd like to solve the puzzle. I like that too. That sounds really good. Yeah, good idea, guys.
Excellent. Great collaboration.
I don't know. Oof. Let's leave that E double flat in there. No one's gonna say anything about that, are they? Nah. It's completely natural to have E double flat. Oopsie, that would have been bad. Alright, let's listen to that. I think this may be a good idea. I really like that A natural there. I think we're going to keep that. Now see, this time when it does it, we need to change this. Yeah, actually that works perfect. Doing that like that. And then if we put the slur over it, and we'll change the dynamics accordingly. Slur, and we'll change these dynamics to... you know what, we're actually going to leave them at forte, because if you see it crescendos to forte. But I will have this one decrescendo here. Alright, let's listen to this. I think this is... Oops, I think we're on to something, boys and girls. Or as I've seen the new expression, all you cool cats and kittens. I'm confused as to what you're saying. Oh, you're still lobbying for this to be A flat. I see. I don't know, Valerie. I don't know. We may have to revisit that next week. I don't know. Katie, put that on your list of things that we have to think about. Tuesday, because we won't have Lori. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I do feel like we need some motion in this measure. Let's listen to this. I think we may have it. Interested in is, can we make this lead into this? So if this ends on A, I don't know if this is going to be. big whoopsie. All right, let's listen to this. See, I really like the natural notes that the woodwinds had a second ago, but then it doesn't feel like it matches up with the bass line down here. Do you all hear what I'm saying? You all see what I'm saying? Am I alone?
Oh, we're all here, just kind of watching what you're doing.
Well, no. Am I alone in those thoughts? Is what I mean. Am I alone in that thought process? Like this, I like this alone. These three notes leading into the bass line. I like it alone, but together it doesn't fit with this, with what happens before it. But then if we put it back to how it was, it doesn't fit with what comes after it. So if I put it like this, it doesn't necessarily feel like it fits here. I'm kind of okay with it now. Now that we just listened to that, I'm feeling okay with it. 17, 18, 17. Well, there's no more. They're all B natural now, Katie. So I don't. There's none. There's no need for it there. Let's listen to this from the beginning one time and let's see how we feel about it, and then we'll be done. Because then I gotta get poor Lori to go dream about her big boy sandwich.
As you can tell, I'm getting quieter because it's like Cinderella when the clock strikes 10. Woo! I'm out.
I gotta get Lori to her big boy sandwich. All right, so you gotta go dream about that big boy sandwich. Now that you said that, now I want a big boy. Lori, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. All right, back to the beginning before I start thinking about a big boy sandwich. Thing before we go tonight, Lori. I promise this is it.
Okay.
I just saw Peter's suggestion and I do want to try that. Let's listen to this and see how we feel about it, and then oops. Delete. All right, let's listen to just this far here. I'm okay with it. I could go either way on it. I'm not for or against anything. Let's leave it. All right. That being said, I'm putting up the ending screen now, so that way Lori does not threaten to never do this again. All right, so a couple of announcements before we go for tonight. Announcement number 1, to answer Valerie's question. Yes, sorry, thank you for catching that, because I totally would have forgot. Be natural, you're right. Fixed. It's fixed. And you guys can hear me fixing it, I think. But before I forget, so Valerie, a Big Boy Sandwich is a restaurant in Ohio that Lori got to experience. So
With John.
with me, yeah, I forced her to go. She doesn't know, but I forced her to
We had a wonderful time.
go.
Great food, great company, good conversation.
But okay, so announcements and then go time. So next week, live stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday is composing with Katie Strock, who is in the chat. Wednesday is a Sibelius tutorial with Valerie, who is in the chat. And on Thursday, we will be composing with Lori again. The times are on my Facebook channel. I'll be posting the placeholder YouTube videos tonight. Before I'll try to do them tonight, but I think the Tuesday and Wednesday streams are at 8, and then the streams with Lori are always at 9:15.
Yes, thank you for being flexible with my schedule, John. I appreciate it.
I try to be flexible with anyone's schedule. I appreciate you doing it, Lori, as always. All right, thank you all for having us. Thank you all for tuning in. I am ever grateful for you guys tuning in as usual. Go look up a Big Boy Sandwich.
Yeah. Enjoy. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Good night.
Night, night.